What is going on, guys? It's your boy Seso here, bringing you guys another 3D Photoshop and Cinema4D tutorial. Our last 3D tutorial did great. I'm really happy that I can actually get a lot of you guys to, come out of the shell and leave comments and such and be like, yo, you're back doing 3D. I really do appreciate that, guys, so much. So I'm going to go back and forth a little bit. If I could, of course, if I have video ideas for both. For right now, we're going back and forth 3D, 2D, 3D, 2D. But of course, today we're going to be doing 3D wallpapers. Which is pretty cool. Some model as well, by the way. And Cinema4D, you guys probably saw my background that was done by Droid. I know how to do stuff like that, so I thought, why not take a crack at it myself? It's something about like 20 minutes just to model really quickly, offside doing other stuff, as well as, minus the render and then putting it into Photoshop. Some nice lighting effects going on here. So, of course, I can show you guys how to do exactly something like this for you guys to do on your own. Use it as you want to use it. You can do it for wallpapers, banners, whatever you want to use it for. Even motion designing, I guess, if you're into that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for the support on my last 3D video. You guys killed it. I'm really excited that I can actually bring back 3D and have everyone still be on the same page and enjoy it no matter what kind of video it is. And also the advertisement video that I did, I don't know, it amazes me. I really do appreciate it, guys, so much. So if we keep the support up, I'm pretty sure we are going to be here for a very long time because I enjoy being able to do anything I really want to do on this channel. So thank you for that. Don't forget to leave a like. 200 likes on this video because the secret down below. So let's get into the video. We're going in at Cinema4D, and I already have my Lightroom, all this cool stuff set. Probably for the secret video, the materials, but yeah, okay. If you didn't hear that, good. So anyway, but yeah, the Lightroom will be in the description below for you guys to actually use if you guys don't have a Lightroom for Cinema4D. And if you didn't know what Cinema4D was, by the way, it's a 3D modeling, it's like almost like an amateur, how would you say it? I forgot the, it's don't blame me for anything, but it's like a low grade for just people who want to do, small stuff with like small, modeling and motion designing and stuff like that. If you guys don't know about it, I'm pretty sure you guys know about it, so I'm going to start talking about it. Alright, so we're going to go right into it. I'm going to get my cylinder going, and we're going to kill it with some cool modeling stuff. So I'm going to show you guys some of the little things that I do and how I remember them and such, cool stuff. So anyway, we have the cylinder here. We are going to go to our height segments and just change that to 5. So when we make this editable, like, modelable, is that a word? Modelable? You guys get it? But when we make this editable, we actually can see the height segments. We need more than, obviously, 1. So put it for 5, and you're good to go. And then you can press C on your keyboard or right-click, make editable, which is right here. And then, to actually get to the modeling feature, you just click over here to this little, it looks like this block is, like, half colored in on one side. And we just click on it, and we're now able to select the cylinder in various, different little squares and such. Also, UL is the tool. If you just press UL in like a really quick sequence, so UL, you can see that it has a multi-selection tool where it selects everything around the cylinder or whatever shape you're doing in this case, but it selects everything around it and allows you to, use it to, your own advantage and not just have to click on every single one, which is pretty, ridiculous. So anyway, yeah, UL. Remember that. So, alright, let's just go on and just go for it. We're just going to do something crazy. So if I click on it with my UL, I select everything around it. Of course, you have these 4 or 5. 5. 5 different selections you can do. You can do bevel, which is a very nice smooth, smooth, I guess, a smooth extension to whatever you're selected. Extrude is just basically like a really sharp, just extending it. We have extrude inner, which actually selects your selection. You see this yellow selection? If we extrude inner, so if we click and move inward, you can see it gets smaller, so you can select, less of what you wanted to select before. And if you just let go and then do it again, you can also make another selection, so it'll be these little 2 small things right here. So that is a thing, you can see that there. As well as the matrix extrude is where I kind of do these things where I have these really cool little things around here. Maybe things like this as well. Things like this. This is all done with the matrix extrude, so if I just simply extrude it with the matrix, let's click on it. Like so. By the way, it says deselect things, just press control on things. Matrix extrude, you can see that right there. It's kind of crazy. I really would try to do it like this on your own, like going back and forth, or left and right, to try and extend it. I would say use your tools right here that actually come up when you actually select the matrix extrude. So you can zoom in a little bit to it. You can see what it does here. And if we just mess around with the scale and such, you can see you can do a lot of stuff with it. So we can do it this way, opposite way, etc., etc. And also the rotation is actually a cool thing as well. So yes, that's how I did things like that I showed you on the Photoshop, preview right here. Something like that. Alright, so we can just leave that like that, the way it is. I'm not sure why. I'm just going to go for some random, design that looks somewhat like a kind of like a turbine thing is what I'm going for. So, we're just going to go about it like so. And we're just going to go for it. So, let's just go ahead and do some smooth shifting. By the way, that's the last one. Excuse me. Smooth shift is actually just like extrude, but it's just a little smoother. You can kind of tell what it does. I kind of don't see the difference, but I use smooth shift rather than extrude. It just feels like it does more. Also, it does more. Yeah, excuse me. I know what it does. It's more of a smoother when you're doing angles like on top and bottom, or vertical and horizontal. You can see if I just extruded those two, they just extrude. But if I try to extrude shift, it gives you a nice little smoother, shift to these two, and it actually creates a secondary, secondary selection between the two you actually made, so they don't actually give you that really weird, just sharp, straight look that just extend more out. You just saw the difference there, so that's what that does. Excuse me for not saying that before, but yes, so that's going to do that right there. And let's just go ahead and select the top now, and then we're just going to go to Matrix, and then we're going to do something cool with the Matrix here. And all this fun stuff, I mean, I just did it. My friend was at my house, and I was like, hey, I'm just going to make a different, background for myself, because I had this one for a while that Droid made for me. So it was pretty cool. I was just messing around. I knew how to do this kind of stuff because I loved doing, I used to do this a lot. Trust me, a lot. It's kind of crazy. But, yeah, we're doing something like that. That's fine for me. Remember, anything you do can really just be undone by just pressing Control-Z. It's just like Photoshop. You just go back as much as you can. I don't know the exact how many times you can go back, but I'm pretty sure in Cinema4D you can go back all the way. Don't quote me on that, though. I don't know. I don't really care for the mistakes, quote-unquote, for when I'm in Cinema4D, because I just, I fix them immediately. So just make sure you guys know what you're doing beforehand, or just go for something, and if you don't like it, just go back, so you don't have to, worry about trying to go back all the way, because I don't think there's anything kind of like a history tab in this kind of thing. Yeah. So, yeah. Boom. We're just going to go for it. I'm just keeping extruding. I'm just going to keep matrixing, and we're just going to keep going for it. Let's try to extend this out some. Maybe something like this. I don't know. Something that looks cool. Sure, that looks cool. I think that looks cool. So yeah, I mean, this is like a really significant, how do you say this? It's like a program that, I'm pretty sure you guys all used it at one point, or are going to use it maybe because of the tutorial, or if you use it from a 3D tutorial before, you can do kind of stuff like this. What I showed in 3D, the whole thing about this in 3D, my last tutorial was just, I just showed you guys how to, do something like this. I actually have this already set for us. When I had like the color on the outside and such, that's simple stuff. It can do kind of stuff like this as well. So if you guys did not know about this, it's actually pretty fun if you want to get into it. I would say you should darn well get into it. It's pretty fun, not gonna lie. So we're just gonna go about that and just gonna do that. We're just gonna finish there. I don't want to take too much time about me modeling this kind of stuff, but you can go as much detail as you want. You can literally select each one if you actually do want to select each one, like a little cool little pattern, and then you can like extrude inner it, and then just, smooth shift it inward and get some cool little, things like that going around. That'll be pretty cool, but for now, like I said, just for the tutorial purpose, I'm not going to go for it all the way right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys something else as well. So we're going to quickly extrude inner this just a little bit, and then we're going to push it inward with smooth shift. And I'm going to show you guys how I did this little coil things, which is actually pretty cool as well. Right here, these little coils. Simple enough, they really are simple. All you got to do is go to your spline tab and go to helix, and then we're just going to take this helix, and then we're going to simply rotate it really quickly. I'm pretty sure, I don't know, this should work. It doesn't work for some reason when I try to rotate it like that, whereas it doesn't work. But we're just going to rotate it 9 degrees like so. Boom. And then we're just going to shrink it down for a little bit, and then we'll just put it right there. As well as, if you guys didn't know, the settings for the helix is simply enough. You can click on the end radius, and you kind of get these like really weird toilet bowl kind of effects. So if you want to do something cool, like crazy toilet bowl things, and actually maybe extrude this outward a little bit more, you could do something like that. Your end angle is how you get more spline circles, or spline twists, I guess you can say. So you just put the end radius up more. You can see more of these little spline rotations going about. And then that's basically all you really need to know. Anything about height and all that cool stuff, it's just basically extending it. You can see that there. And now, to actually have this pop up into a 3D, because right now if we try to render it, it's just a spline effect. It's not going to show anything else. What we're going to do is we're going to go back to the spline tab, go to circle, and then now we're also going to go ahead and make sure we actually make this 90 degrees as well. The circle, I'm just going to get as close as I can. And then once we've done that, we can just simply go to the NURBS tab, go to Sweep NURBS, and then simply enough, take your circle plus your helix, just control click on both of them, and drag them to your Sweep NURBS, and then just go to your circle now and lower your radius down to like 5 or so to actually be able to see it. So I'm going to go with 3, maybe 2, maybe 2.2, something like that. And then there you go, you can see that's how I did the little spline coils. So simply enough, like I said, this is basically like the beginning of the turbine, I guess you can say. But regardless, like I said, it's really fun, and it's just something you can do for fun, like I said, for friends or whatever, or kind of like maybe even show off if someone has no clue what they're doing with graphic design. And you know how simple this is, but they don't know that, so you can just go ahead and have fun with it. Let's see, what can we do here for just the top of it? We could, sure. That'll look cool. There we go. Sweet. All right. And then just extrude enter this, and then we're done. So there we go. I gave you guys the most. I think I believe I touched everything on what I did in my previous one, but it was just more like kind of like almost planned out, but not really planned out, but just more. It worked because I spent a little bit more time than I did on this one. So regardless, we get a good amount of time on this cool little turbine here. And the way I colored it was simple enough as well. I did color the inside of the matrix extrudes here, so you can see what I did there. I can show you UL. And then I did something maybe like I clicked over here. You can see that it selects everything around it like so, and the inside as well. So everything that's extruded is exposable. You can click on it. So just go ahead and just click on your UL tool, and you're good to go. I think it's a loop selection tool is what it's called, by the way. And there we go. So we can just take the color now. Boom. And then make sure we just change the color to cubic, and we check seamless. And we'll go about maybe coloring this, and then dragging it onto there, and we select it, cubic, and then why not just select the inside of this maybe, and then drag the material on it. I don't know if there's any other efficient way of doing this, but I'm pretty sure I like doing this way, because if I was coloring everything the way I want to color it, I would want to do it selecting and then placing it on so I know where I put it exactly. And also these little triangles are those loop selections, or the polygon selections, excuse me, that if you delete this, the color will go away. So that's kind of how it goes. So let me just show you the example. I believe so. And we just simply just clicked on this triangle. Yeah, see, when you delete the triangle, the selection goes away and the material is like basically useless. That's how you kind of find which material is where if you guys want to change it and come back to it. But for now, go like that. And we could simply maybe select this. We're just gonna make some things green, and everything else will just be the base color of the material that I just chose. And boom. And we'll make that green as well. Alright, that's good enough. And then for the coils, so we just go to here, we'll just drag this nice little simple metal material right there. And then for the cylinder, we're just going to drag the black onto the bottom, or onto the cylinder, and just drag it all the way to the top, and that's how we get it to select everything besides what we selected for the color, cubic, and seamless, and there we go. Boom. We have our cool little cylinder here, and we can just group this together with Alt-G, and then select it, like so. And then we can rotate it to the way we want to rotate it to. But before that, I'm just going to go back to my Windows and Seso HQ AI, copy and paste this. Or I'm going to actually do the little simple thing I did before. So make a duplicate of this, your AI logo, which is also an AI is just what you do your paths and stuff in Cinema4D or Photoshop, excuse me, or Illustrator. These cool little Photoshop paths where you collect and select a pen tool of whatever you pen tool out, and you get a path, which is right here. And then you just simply go to File, Export, Path to Illustrator, and I actually just save it right there like so. Or just basically what I'm just telling you guys is your path is what your logo would be if you were to pen tool out or make it in Illustrator. So yeah, I just drag it in here with Extrude NURBS in it, which is right here, and there you go. So you can see that's what that is right there. So make a duplicate of this, put it to 15, and we're going to drag this to the middle, select on this, caps, and then we're just going to change this radius to 4, and this radius to 4 as well. And this will be the color, and the other one will be the base. So we're just going to drag this in here. We're going to click on both of them. We can just actually group them together. Control C, and go back to our other window. And then Control V. Boom. There we go. Alright, so let's shrink this up like so. And we'll rotate it like so. And let's just drag this over here. So we can just try to place it on top of the little turbine thing we got going on. I don't know what to call it. What would you guys call this? Just a modeled cylinder, or I get like a turbine feel to it. Yeah, you guys ever seen like a turbine to like a plane or something? Like a really high-tech, weird-looking turbine? That's what I get from this. Otherwise, I have no clue what to call it, so I just call it a turbine. So yeah, we're going to place that right on top of there. We'll name it logo just so we know this is a logo, and we're going to name this turbine because we're just a turbine. Sure. Alt-G this together, and then simply enough, now we can take it and simply just move it in whatever direction we want to move it to. Like so. Sure. Yeah, sure. That'll work. Something like that, maybe. Just so you can see the logo, all that cool stuff. You can't really see the spliner stuff that we did before, or excuse me, the cool little coil thing really quickly as well. Let me make sure I put the color on this one. I don't think I made a white. Did I make a white? No, I did not. Simply enough. Luminance. Lower that. Soft shadow. Boom. And there we go. Drag that there. And we should be good to go. Alright, so I know I also did like all this crazy stuff around it. What I basically did was just duplicate the first turbine that I made and then extended it, you know, stretched it or whatever. And that's not a thing I should do, but I'm going to do it for right now. I'll probably just so we can just make sure I get to fill some space around. So I'm just going to make a duplicate of it. Control C, Control V, and then simply enough move it around. I would say if you're trying to have fun with it, just make another one or so. Make one that's longer, you know, shorter, all that cool stuff, just to get the feel for it. I don't know. We'll just do that, and then don't want to move that camera. Yeah, just rotate in different ways. I don't know. Just go for that, and then make another duplicate of it. You know, this is just time consuming. I don't want to waste too much time doing another one, then extending one. So we're just gonna go about it and just duplicate it. Why not? I mean, I really don't know why. Maybe like extend it like that, and then just go over here and shrink this again. That can work. Something like that. Alright, there we go. Just we're gonna leave it like that for now. But I would say take your time on making some other ones, cooler ones around it. Also, check my tutorials, by the way. For old past tutorials, you can do some cool 3D, like maybe what did I call those things? Like barbed wire or something like that. You can make some cool things around with that. I make sure you guys know I did 3D a lot. It's kind of where my channel is based off from as well. Back in the day, I used to live and breathe in Cinema4D. So please go ahead and check some of those old videos out too. But for now, I'm just gonna render this out, put it in Photoshop, and end the video right there. So I'll be right back. Watch this. Boom. Alright guys, the render's all done and completed, so we're ready to go ahead and continue. Please, before I put any like CCs and lightning effects on this, I will actually show you guys how I got the render settings and all that cool stuff. So anyway, this is what I'm going to be doing near the end of the video, so I just want to show you guys this is what it's going to look like or so. So yeah, feast your eyes upon this. It's pretty cool. Alright, so let's go about it and show you guys what I did in Cinema4D before I rendered it. So I did put a sky on it, which is located under your backgrounds or floor tab. Simply enough, you have an HDRI material to it. You just simply enough, it just gives you like a really nice clean, reflective look to any of your materials and such, but it looks best on metal materials or really nice, clean, like I said, clean, reflective materials. It looks the best, and I promise you it will look really good, just more of a realistic look to your render. And also my sky's second little circle right here is actually red, so make sure you guys do that so that when you render it out, it does not have a blue background to it. It'll have either the black background or a transparent background if you have alpha channel selected. So please do that. Just simply enough, just double click on the circle like so and make it red. Otherwise, the settings for this video, or for the render setting, my output, I will put this, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I will put this Lightroom in the description below for you guys to download immediately, so go ahead and go for that. I'll probably put the materials down in the description below as well, probably as a secret download, so I have one. But yeah, we'll probably do that. So yeah, you can see it here, width and height. That's just the size of my monitors. So if you're going to change that, make sure you go ahead and change it if you guys want. But your perspective, your camera view will change, so you either have to zoom in or zoom out, so please do so. Your resolution is 72. Your save settings, simply enough, all you got to really do is have alpha channel selected, and your format is either PNG or QuickTime PNG. And the file, you save it as your destination where you want to save it to. And then these two effects, global illumination and ambient occlusion, will be under your effects tab like so. And then just change your settings to 0, 150, 100, 100, 10, 128, and 5 for your ambient occlusion. And for your global illumination, you change it to 1, 100, and 1 for your gamma. And your GI mode is IR still image. I'll just flicker through these if you guys don't have them already. Boom. Okay, so that's the settings, and now let's just continue and finish this off in Photoshop now. So what I'm gonna do is gonna do the exact same thing I had over here. Looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I will like this. All right. So curve, of course, gotta put some curves in it. Gotta make our colors pop out a little bit more. Make our blacks blacker and our colors vibrant-er. Sure. Yeah, we're going for that. We're gonna go to our exposure now. And we're just going to mess around with this. I've been using this a lot. I don't know if I'm using this right, but whatever way I'm using it, I enjoy it a lot. I really, really do. It looks really good. It gives like a really cool, like almost a foggy look to all my renders and such, or all my backgrounds. It just gives me, I don't know, I just feel like it gives me a really nice atmosphere to what I'm working to. I don't know, I just like it. Please, don't judge, okay? I like it. Look at that. It just looks a lot better to me. All right. So, we're just going to add, simply enough, we're going to complete this off with a white, hit of color on the top, maybe left and right as well, like so, up top. Maybe just only another one, but maybe down here, right? Yeah, I agree. Just have the focus on the light on the logo itself. I like that. Lower the opacity down for both of them, excuse me. Alright, simply enough. Finish it off with some effects with your brushes. I use my brushes, of course. If you guys don't know what these are the stock brush packs. I literally use them for every one of my videos. It's only $5. Literally, you can check the description below to actually get the link. It's actually selffi.com, so Seso HQ, for all cool pre-mades and all that cool stuff in packs. So please go ahead and check that out. Also, but like I said, the brush pack will be in the description below for you guys to purchase. It's only $5, and like it updates every 2 weeks or so. I try to push every 2 weeks for new brush stocks and such, just some new ones to play around with and such. So please go ahead and get it if you guys wish to. Like I said, I use this almost literally every one of my videos because I need them and I really do enjoy them. I really enjoy the effects I get from them. So yeah, we'll go about this over here maybe, and like there. Put this on overlay again. So yeah, just going to plate this off, and then we'll end the video like so. I think that looks good. Pretty good. Alright, boom. We're done, and you can put your name top left or top, you know, somewhere around this, and you're done. So please, guys, I really enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you did as well. Learned some cool modeling and, you know, like cool stuff about Sky and just Lightrooms and like cool stuff, and also came over here and learned some more cool stuff in Photoshop. So yeah, we're done with the video today. Please leave a like if you guys really enjoyed. 200 likes on this video, of course, equals the secret down below. I will probably put the materials, like I said before. I know it's not a secret anymore, but I'll probably do that. Anyways, make sure you guys comment down anything you guys want to see from me, please. Like I said, the support on my previous videos lately has been really, really good, and I enjoy that I'm bringing 3D back for a lot of you guys that, you know, really enjoy 3D, or maybe getting you guys into 3D. I don't know. Just thank you guys so much for all the support recently. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter @SesoHQ. Thank you guys so much for watching. Talk to you guys later. Sister out. Bye.